Hello, my name's Julia and I'm Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the UK and I love to scrapbook. And today I'm going to do a scrapbook layout using the brand new Countryside Inn papers from the brand new catalogue. They are gorgeous. They are all the blues. I'll turn them over. Have a look at the back. I mean, they're just beautiful papers. It's got some of the new blues. It's got the boho blue, which I don't have my hands on yet. It's got navy. It's got balmy blue, I think, and it's also got midnight. What was that one called? Midnight Sky? Oh gosh, I'm really rubbish with names. Sorry. So I'm going to be using these, and I'm going to be using this sketch here. Found it on Pinterest. It's from Sketchy Thursdays. Not sure who that is, but that is who I'm going to use. I just wanted a really nice basic layout where I could see the papers really clearly and 3 portrait photographs. So these are the photos that I'm going to use. Oh, she's upside down. This is my friend. My friend and I spent a couple of days in London together, and she's wearing blue, which is brilliant, and we've got the beautiful blue sky there, so these are going to go beautifully. So I think first off I'm going to just want to see whether these, because I print these out myself and they're ever so slightly smaller, so I don't have to trim them down. I think I'm going to trim them down a little bit. Maybe quite, I can't tell if that's 6x4 or smaller actually. And then I'm going to mount them on a piece of white. And a little bit of Crumb Cake. I think the Crumb Cake colour is really going to lift the photographs out from the blue and also warm up the layout a little bit as well. So I'm going to do that off camera and I shall come back. Okay, I'm back. That took a bit longer than I thought it was going to. I had to titivate with the mounts quite a lot. I did cut the photographs down a little bit, but I didn't want to cut them down in the length because look, feet and Trafalgar and Nelson, very close to the top, feet, and I've already had to chop off a little bit of old Eros there. So I have chopped them down a bit this way. And then as I said, I've mounted them onto a bit of Crumb Cake. Now I like to have a border in my layouts. And I really want to make the outside crumb cake. But I don't have, I just think that's going to look lovely. You know, you can't see it quite so well against this background, sorry about that. I don't have any 12x12 Crumb Cake. So I am going to do a little trick that I learnt recently using inkpad and one of the blender brushes. And I'm going to ink the edges. I'm going to need a bit of paper for this. But really ink the edges. I had to refill this ink pad, so I'm hoping that this is going to... Oh gosh, I hope it's not going to be too... So basically what I'm going to do... Oh, this may take me a bit of time. So I'll do the top edge and then I will... That's going to look messy to begin with. You wait. Okay, doesn't look pretty at the moment at all, I know. But when I come back, it will look fantastic. Okay. So this is what it looks like. Still looks messy, I give you that. Even though if you're doing a nice vintagey layout, it might not be too bad. But it won't look like this forever. So this is going to be my outside. I'm just going to get rid of that piece. And I'm going to cut this. I think I'm just going to cut half an inch off each side. I don't want an inch off. Half an inch off each side. Oops, moved it. two sides, and then you put that on the top. And who would know that is not a piece of cardstock, or even a nicely distressed, I mean, it's pretty even. So I'm gonna, sure that is dry, I'm gonna stick this down. So if you don't have a piece of 12 by 12 cardstock and you like a border, like I do, and you have the ink, you are good to go to make the border yourself. Like that. So now we have this. Okay, so that isn't part of the sketch, but I like my layouts to look like that. So we've got our photographs, and they're going across the middle. They're going to span the whole width of the layout like this, which is a bit different to the sketch. And then we need two squares. Well, I think they're squares. I wonder whether they're slightly elongated because of the... They might be. Two different colours. I'm going for... This one's going to go behind, and I wanted the slightly darker, less patterny one, else it's going to make your eyes go a bit squiffy with too many patterns. So it's going to need to be an 8-inch square and then a 9-inch square. I think it's an 8-inch square and maybe a 9. I'll fiddle with that in a minute. It's definitely an 8-inch square. So I'm going to cut this one to 8 inches. What do you think of this new paper? It's beautiful. 8 inches, yes, that's right. 8 inches. If you've got this far and you're watching me, please would you click the like button and also the subscribe button, because it really helps me. If you could just do that, that would be wonderful. Thank you very, very much. So this is going to sit... I'm going to have those on the other side. The reason I moved those around, just in case you think I've gone mad, is because this one's on this side, and even though my friend's in the middle there, it would have been quite nice if she'd been on the edge, actually. This one, I like my subjects to be looking into the layout. So the one in the middle, she's straight on, so that works fine. So this is going to slip behind, like that. My photos are a little bit big, but we're just going to go with that. So that's an 8-inch square. I would just look. 9-inch square. No, it's going to have to be a 10-inch square. Do you know what? I'm going to cut 10-inch first and then see how I feel, because I can always cut it down, but I can't make it bigger. So I'm just going to cut 2 inches off two sides. My stand's in the way, which is not helping matters. That's a 10-inch square, isn't it? Okay, so let's stick that behind. Oh, that's a bit big. Okay, I'm going to fiddle with this, and I'll come back and tell you what I've decided on in a minute. Okay, after a bit of titivation, I can't remember what I ended up with. 7 by, that's 8, I think. 7 by 8, 8.5. By 9.5. I think that looks about right. No, in hindsight now, I wish that I'd got a bigger photograph and two small, or a slightly different size photographs, two there. But anyhow, that's just because I am way too symmetrical for my own good. I'll stick it down. I'll be back. Okay, we are stuck down. There's only a few little elements, just to pin up to have a quick look. A few little elements left. We've got this little bit here, and then the title, and then this border bit here. Now, I don't have any embellishments from this set at all, so I'm going to have to be ingenious. So I've got a few bits of different coloured card. Probably don't want to go... Could go balmy blue. As I said, I don't have the boho blue, which I really want. Let's see what I'm going to cut out to make. What do we got? We must have an embellishment I can cut out. Those flowers would work, wouldn't they? I quite like these diddy ones, but they are really little, aren't they? A bit of fussy cutting. It's a bit serious. No, they are pretty. Cool. Okay. I think I'm going to fussy cut this type of flower out. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. I'll fussy cut and I'll be back. Okay, well, that's a bit of titivation. I decided I had to go for 3 because it's quite a big space to fill, and they too looked a little bit strange. So I'm trying to work out how to make this look okay. And I've got this little piece of blue paper, so I think I'm going to use that because it matches exactly, obviously. So I'm just going to out the size. Do I need it to go under? Just going to cut that. Now I don't want it just like that because it looks like an odd mistake. So I'm going to mount mine onto a bit of crumb cake, and then I'm going to add the flowers that I fussy cut. So I don't want to give it too much, and I hope this is going to work. I thought about doing it in white, but I didn't like that so much. I'm just going to use my other cutter for this. My matting and layering cutter of choice. Just get that one a bit straighter. Oops, gosh. Not the Scrapbook by Julia. So this is going to sit under here and go there like that. And then those little ones are going to, well, now I've done it, maybe I don't need, oh no, maybe I don't need 3. No, I don't need 3. All right, that's fine. I'll stick that down. So I get that bit in first. Just line it up with the top of that blue, the darker blue. Just tucked under the photos there. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the back of these flowers. Stick them there. They look cute. Okay, so I need something going on down here. I haven't thought about this. Oh, I did think I might do balmy blue, but I think the blue's not right at all. I think it's too... None of these papers have got any balmy blue in them. If I'd got my boho blue, that's what I'd be using. I don't. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, I love to use a stripe. I think I'm going to cut one of those. I cut it bigger to begin with and cut it down as I need it. So I'm going to cut it so that the pattern is in the middle. I don't want any of that other blue. Ooh. What we got? Ooh, pretty, pretty, pretty. I don't really want to cover my friend's feet up, but I'll just get that a little bit smaller. I'll be back. Okay, so I cut it really thin, and the difficult, or well, it's not difficult, but the fiddly part of that strip is that the line isn't necessarily straight, so it looks a bit wonky. But it doesn't look wonky, but I think it's pretty. Now the last thing to do is a title. Now I'm going to use the alphabet a la mode, which carried on to the new main catalogue, and it's beautiful and it's lovely and big. And I think now the sketch has a title there. I don't know. I think I'm just going to have London. I don't know really. We can have a look and see what it looks like. I'm not very ingenious with my titles. I try to be. Oof. I like that. That's all right, isn't it? But what colour? That is a good question. I don't know, to go white. Wait, get lost. Okay, I think I'm going to cut it in white and in Crumb Cake and see which looks better. I'll be back. So I cut it out in both colours. So that's what it looks like in white, which is what I think I'm going to go for. I'll move that off that way. That's it in the crumb, and it's not as noticeable, is it? Let me know in the comments what colour you would go for. What I'd actually really like, when you use a Cricut to cut your letterings out, you can do a shadow for function. So I could have the white with a shadow of Crumb Cake, which is what I would actually quite like. But I don't have that option now. I don't know what would it look like if I just shadowed them. Well, it looks as fiddly. I'm not doing that. So I think I'm going white. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you think I'm making a terrible decision. I'm going to stick that down off camera because it gets a bit fiddly with that old Tombow. I'll be back. Okay, that took a bit more doing than I thought it was going to. And the trouble with these really fine letters is that I get glue everywhere. So good old Tombow, great, because you have a little bit of movage, if there's such a word. But oh my gosh, yeah, don't look too closely. So I went with the white on, but then I had this other mad idea, which I also did, and you can tell me which you think you like best. So I've done it in white, and then I put the Crumb Cake onto white with a background. Just look through the camera and see what it looks like. I think I prefer the white London, but even though I do feel it a little bit fades into the background just a little bit. Let me know what you think. The white lettering or the Crumb Cake on white and then on Knitted Navy. I think we're going to have a few sparkles, aren't we? I don't think it's quite... It's a bit of a sparkle. I wonder about putting right in the middle of those flowers. Oopsie, my fingers are really sticky now from the Tombow. One there. One there. And maybe one either side of London. Bit of definition. And that's it. My 12 by 12 layout using the new Countryside Inn papers with 3 6x4 photographs, and I've inked the background of the white cardstock to make it look like a different coloured piece of 12 by 12. So if you would like more information, please comment below and let me know. But I hope you enjoyed watching my video, and I'll see you again. Bye bye.